Tirukurammalai Sangam is making great efforts to create the Tirukural Maamalai by inscribing the Thirukural on a mountain, to make the Thirukural a UNESCO worldwide recognition, to include all the member countries of the United Nations in the Thirukural curriculum, and to incorporate the key ideas of Thirukural into the United Nations Act.
The Honourable Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi held a discussion with Kural Malai Sangam regarding Thirukural projects. A special discussion was held with the Honourable Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi on the 26th of May, 2022 at Chennai on the topic of Thirukural Maamalai, Thirukural World Book Recognition, and the position of key views of Thirukural in the United Nations Law Amendment. In this discussion, the Tamil Nadu BJP President Thiru Annamalai, Honourable Union Minister Thiru L. Murugan, President of Kural Malai Sangam Thiru P. Ravikumar, former Vice-Chancellor of Tanjore Tamil University Dr. C. Subramaniam, former Director of UNESCO Professor Aramugam Parasuraman and Arul Siddha Centre Thiru Arul Nagalingam were present. The Kural Malai Sangam would like to thank the Honourable Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi for his thoughtful implementation of the Thirukural projects.
Are working hard to bring together linguists from different countries in order for Thirukural as World Book recognized by UNESCO. Thirukural conferences have been held in various countries, research papers have been published, and resolutions have been passed in order to Thirukural as World Book recognized by UNESCO. Dr. John Samuel at the University of Liverpool in the United Kingdom, Dr. Chandrika at the University of Sydney in Australia, and the University of Singapore, Indira Gandhi University in Mauritius and various other countries are holding a series of Thirukural conferences.
On the 7th of January 2022, International Thirukural Conference was held at Sri Krishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. The conference was inaugurated by Honourable Governor of Tamil Nadu Thiru R.N. Ravi. The conference was attended by language linguistics from various countries, and Tamil Nadu University's vice-chancellors.
I feel blessed in the land, this Tamil Nadu, which is the Adhyatmik Bhumi, the spiritual land, and Punya Bhumi, which is a sacred land. It is a spiritual land, Adhyatmik Bhumi, because this land has given birth to such great sages and seers thousands of years ago. Who had their spiritual awakening, and they gave the light, that the light spreads throughout the country, and gave its name Bharat. Bharat, it means Bharat, a land and the people enwrapped in light.
The Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi sent us a greeting message for the International Thirukural Conference 2022. The proceedings Kalvital Thirukural 6 was released by Honourable Governor of Tamil Nadu.
Thirukkural. Conference held in January 2020 in Erode. Language linguists from 15 countries attended and featured. At this conference, a book titled Kalvital Thirukkural was published by us and sent to UNESCO.
Now, the proceedings of the first International Conference on Thirukkural is going to be released. This Savani contains all the resolutions on proceedings of this August event. We request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to release the proceedings, and Dr. Professor Arumugam Parasuraman, former Director and Representative UNESCO, will receive the proceedings and sound.
ஆய்வு கட்டுரைகளும் சிறப்பான முறையிலே தயாரிக்கப்பட்டு உலக நூலாக திருக்குறள் அறிவிக்கப்படுவதற்கான காரணங்கள், அதனுடைய நோக்கம் எல்லாவற்றையும் உள்ளடக்கிய இந்த அருமையான இந்த நோக்கங்கள் அடங்கிய இந்த புத்தகத்தை இப்பொழுது மேனாள் இயக்குநர் அவர்கள் பெற்றுக்கொள்கிறார்கள். அனைவருக்கும் இப்பொழுது புத்தகம் வழங்கப்படுகிறது. மிகச்சிறந்த ஒரு லிங்குஸ்டிக் லாங்குவேஜ் என்று சொல்வார், மொழியியல் வல்லுநர் அவர்கள் எழுதிய, மொழியியல் வல்லுநர்கள் எழுதிய ஆய்வு கட்டுரைகள் அனைத்தும் இதில் அடங்கியிருக்கிறது. அந்த வகையிலே மிகச்சிறந்த இந்த நூலை வான் புகழ் கொண்ட வள்ளுவன் அந்த படத்தை பொறித்துள்ள இந்த நூலை வெளியிடுகின்ற ஐயா அவர்களுக்கும் அதை பெற்றுக்கொள்கின்ற மேனாள் இயக்குனர் ஆர்வகம் பரசுராமன் ஐயா அவர்களுக்கும் குரல்மலை சங்கத்தின் சார்பாக நாங்கள் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இது ஒரு மிகச்சிறந்த வரலாற்று பதிவு என்று கூற வேண்டும். இந்த நாள் இனிய ஒரு பொன்னாள். மடியிட்டிருக்கின்ற அனைத்து பேரறிஞர்களும் அறிஞர் பெருமக்களுக்கும் புத்தகம் வழங்கப்பட்டு இப்பொழுது அனைவருடைய கையிலேயும் இந்த புத்தகம் தவழ்கிறது.
The historical event of this conference is in progress. All the delegates are having the copy of the proceedings.
Dr. Albert on behalf of the United States, Professor Balasundaram on behalf of Canada, Professor Selvam Shri Das, poet. Jyoti Jayakumar, Dr. Benjamin on behalf of France, poet Nakula Sivanathan on behalf of Germany, Drive. Rajkanu on behalf of Singapore, including Karunanithi and Kalaich Chelvan Chandrasekaran Myanmar, also graced the conference. The conference was attended by Anna University Vice-Chancellor Professor E. Balakorasamy. Bharathiyar University Vice-Chancellor Professor Kaliraj, Periyar University Vice-Chancellor Professor Kolandhaisamy, Manal Tamil University Vice-Chancellor Professor C. Subramaniam, 11 University Vice-Chancellors, 5 college principals and more than 25 Tamil students. Department heads, professors, and about 2,000 student dignitaries graced the conference. The conference should be set up in the form of a Thirukkural. The most important resolutions to be made were passed and sent to UNESCO.
Ravi Kumar and the organizers for coming up with such a beautiful, splendid publication of Thirukkural Malay, the first International Thirukkural Conference, Thirukkural Mountain for Humanity Research, World Peace and Harmony. This is the book that will be the reference for the World Conference at UNESCO. I will talk to you about that later on. I commend you. It's a wonderful publication. It's a wonderful publication. A lot of wealth in that, and a lot of articles that will serve the purpose when we go there. I will talk about that a bit later.
In India, the ruling BJP government, in the center of continuing to closely monitor our work in Thirukkural, had stated in its Tamil Nadu Assembly election manifesto that in Quat, we would make all arrangements to build Thirukkural Hill and Quat.
Let us join our hands for this noble cause to save humanity on this globe in the future.